Why do I crave rubbish food when I know I need to eat better food to feel better? Question I had in this week's Q&A, which I thought I'd jump into today. Good morning. If you're coming in over the next 3 to 5 minutes, I'm going to be talking about why that happens and how to perhaps put that right. So if you're coming in, give me a hello. If you're on replay, let me know. If you want more information about our February Kickstart, just comment below with Kickstart and I'll get you the details to that. So it's a really interesting one. I can't think how many times people have said that, like, oh, I just felt rubbish, so I just ate rubbish. Even though I know that eating better food will probably help make me feel better, give me the nutrition to feel better, etc. Now, there's lots of variables in here. There's lots of factors. So number one is, hey Sarah, hey Ali. Number one is, if you consider back to maybe when you were younger, most likely, or ill at some point, or something happened, and you were probably given some kind of food or drink, which was probably a bit how we'd probably called it rubbish food, junk food, processed food, whatever term you want to call it, to feel better. And this is quite a common thing when kids are given like sweets, chocolate when they fall over, they're more likely to want it when they feel down in later life, for example. There's lots of factors that come into that, but if you consider that, we were probably given it once upon a time. And when you're feeling quite low down anyway, or you're feeling a bit ill, a bit rubbish, you've got to consider that anything will probably make you feel better. Most things will make you feel better, but because we've got that link in our brain will remember that. Our brain will remember that when I feel like X, eating Y makes me feel better. And without quoting trolls, we know that happiness isn't something that we just put inside us. Happiness is already there, and it's about how we find it. But then if we create these links in our head, which then put these together, and then we now associate that food with happiness, that's what happens. If I want to feel better, I must go that way. I must have that. Now, number two is when you're feeling rubbish, generally, you're probably lacking in sleep as well. When you're lacking in sleep, there's a few things that happen. Your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that makes you make better informed, more intelligent decisions, gets dampened down when you are tired, when you are stressed, when you're lacking sleep. And we know the good thing is that meditation and sleep help with this. Even meditation. So if you're a bad sleeper, struggle sleeper, and I'm not talking like oming, anything like that. I'm talking just literally shutting your eyes, breathing, can help with this as well. Now, this part of your brain, if this is dampened down, you'll perceive foods as more rewarding than they actually are. You'll perceive foods as more rewarding than they actually are. So, and just knowing that, just being aware of, right, I'm lacking sleep, that biscuit over there I'm going to perceive it as more highly rewarding than it actually is. When I eat it, I probably won't be as satisfied as I thought I was. Maybe I'll want another one to see if that will satisfy me as much as I thought I would, because I'm never meeting that demand that was there to feel that satisfied, which my brain said I would be. I'm only there. Maybe if I have another one, it wasn't as good, still wasn't as good, still wasn't good, still not satisfied. Now I feel rubbish at the same time, just eating 10, might as well eat 11. Now I'm not sleeping well, and the cycle continues. So we've got the prefrontal cortex side of things coming in, the lack of sleep coming in as well. So all of these are pushing towards that. Number three is the fact that when we're not feeling great, when we're a bit tired, we tend to need convenience as well. So we need stuff that's quick and easy. Now I can't say that all processed food is quick and easy, because actually quite often, as I found out when we ever get like a curry on a Saturday night or something, I'm thinking, how long's the wait? How's that far? Yeah. I know it's not proper processed fast food, it's freshly cooked, etc. But sometimes ish. So, but if you think about how can we have more convenient options in, and I spoke about this the other day about ready meals. If you looked at my stuff, my blogs, my videos like 12 years ago or something like that, I'll probably be saying stay away from ready meals, full of processed food, full of salt, all that crap. But now there's a lot of them I can't really argue with them at all. They're very good. Sometimes I look at them and think, how have you managed to pack all of that in there for 300 calories? Couldn't have done that if I tried. Good ingredients, and yes, they might not be perfect. It's good to have in the freezer as a backup, so you know, right, if X happens, I know I've got that in the freezer. And then you're having to make fewer decisions just to eat some good food, to get some nutrition in. And that's why we nearly always keep, we haven't actually got any at the moment, frozen veg in the freezer. Just as a bit of a backup. Not ideal, I don't probably like it as much, to be honest, but like peas are great. But having convenient options in there. So they're the 3 reasons why. So how can you work that towards you? So you've got perhaps that, first and foremost, that habit, the reward mechanism. So what can you do to work on that? Well, you can work on that a little bit each day. Now, if you think about it, quite often we might drink, we might eat certain foods on a Friday night, okay? So Friday night, end of the week, we change that pattern by having a glass or whatever, drink, food. Now, and then we go, that makes us feel so much better. But the thing that you've got to consider there is you've just had a long week at work, you've stopped working. Anything will make you feel better at that time. So we've also got to start associating it at other points at the time as well. So can we do something else at that time on a Friday? Can we do something else? Can we add something else in? Can we have a bath? Even if it's one Friday. I'm just using that as an example. Do something else instead and replace that. Can we start to go, okay, that's a treat as well. That's a treat as well. Can we start treating ourselves in different ways that are non-food related? Maybe it's I buy myself something, flowers, whatever. Some people say candles, eye cream, collagen creams, the big thing. Although oral collagen is a lot better. Can we start to think of different ways like that to change the reward mechanism that we're getting at the moment? Because quite often, and it's fine if it is a reward for you. I want to say that again. It's fine if it is a reward for you, but if it's not, then we've got a problem, right? So then we've got a problem if it's not a reward, or if it's not actually as comforting as you said it would be. So, and I'll give you an example here. If you feel better generally after having it, then great. If you don't, then we've got to look at, okay, is this just giving me more discomfort rather than being comforting? And if it is, are we just discomfort eating? Something to ponder, something to look at. So, on the second one was about sleep, meditation, our prefrontal cortex. So if this is dampened down, you will look at foods and perceive them as more rewarding than they actually are. So what I want you to think about with this is if you are lacking in sleep, just be aware of, okay, even write it down. I will perceive foods as more rewarding than they actually are, and I won't be as satisfied as I thought I would be after eating them today. Just being aware of that. And then can you get a little nap in? Can you get some shut-eye in? Can you get some me time in? Can you get some, I know it's hard sometimes, but even just shutting your eyes, even if you're not somebody who sleeps in the day or anything like that, go for a walk outside, that will help as well. Anything like that when it's not raining. In there as well. Number 3, have some convenience foods around that are a bit more nutritious for those moments as well. Limit the choices you have to make. Make it easy, have a fruit bar in there. So, I hope that helps. Any questions, as always, just let me know. And there are a few other factors as well that I haven't touched on, like smell. Like, it's really interesting actually. Like when you're lacking in sleep, they say that your smell sense is actually heightened. So when you smell like food odours, or when you have like cake or something, that your heightened smell and you're more sensitive to it. There's all these things coming into it as well. Hunger hormones are a bit higher as well. So yeah, we know we're working up against this, and food manufacturers prey on this, hence why at the end of the night you've got a kebab van, in the mornings the smell of bacon and all sorts of cakes at a coffee shop when you're generally tired, all of these things. So the kids are in the house. So what have we got? We've got some raisins, yeah, and some yogurt. I've been ambushed. So on that note, have a good day. Osley, can you help Amy? Oh look, she's getting you some there. Look. That's very cool. Oh, then you're not sharing them?
Yeah, because I had them.
Yeah, and then you give Amy some as well. On that note, have a good day. Any questions, as always, just let me know. This is the reality in the background. Amy, if you stand back a little bit, that's it, and then pull the chair back, no, backwards. It's going to take more than commentary. That's it. Then pull your one backwards. There you go. And I'll see you later. Take care.